What's up, YouTube? Alright, well, I've got was going to do a box opening, but I went ahead and opened it, pulled everything out just so I could show you guys real quick. This is a plane I've been waiting on a long time, ever since I saw them do the test flights on it when they were trying to set up the power equipment. This is the Dynam PEAKS Extreme 3D. There's a decal set, which is real nice, actually. Biplane. Now, this is the 4S biplane. This is, let me get the light on here for you guys. This is a 4S biplane. Killer power setup in this thing. I mean, you know, more power than this even needs. As far as unboxing, I usually record, well, I did record the unboxing, but I'm not going to post it. Not very eventful. I do that mainly for insurance purposes in case there's a problem or conflict with nitroplanes, which there is a little problem on this plane. I received the package at about 4 o'clock today. Opened it up, got a hold of them. You know, took me about, I know you guys talk about customer service, took me about 15-20 minutes. The phone would, I usually have the phone going and the chat going at the same time, whichever one picks up first I go with. So chat picked up first like usual. Really helpful. You know, if you guys, you know, a lot of people have problems with them, complaints, treat them with respect. Really, they'll take care of you if you just take the right routes. And you know, if they don't, you know, talk to them and make things happen, and they'll take care of you guys. And I do a ton of business with them now because they treat me great. So there's a little problem with one of the wings, the full wing. Just got off, just like I said, just got off customer service with them, and they have already got one that they are getting ready to pack up and ship out to me free of charge. So, and the other wing, I guess I can keep as a spare. So let's get into this kit. This thing is awesome. First, I know I don't have everything out of the bags because I just, you know, took care of that situation, so I hadn't unpacked everything just in case. Fuselage, but I have looked over everything really close. Really beautiful fuselage, you know, all the way around. Now the tail section is controlled by two 17-gram servos. Two 9-gram servos control the wings here. This is the bottom wing, so this is what you would see from the bottom area. I might have to kill this light over here so you guys can see a little better. There we go, that'll help. Okay. So this is the bottom wing. So there's your bottom view of the wing there. Okay, flip that bad boy over. And there's your top view. Okay, right here, carbon fiber. Carbon fiber in the ailerons as well that will connect your connecting rods to the upper wing. This is the base wing. Servos already installed. Control horns already installed. I mean, a lot of stuff that you normally have to install is already done on this thing, so really happy about that. Bottom wing, perfect condition. Only thing I didn't like, but once I looked on the bottom, I saw everything was fine, was I got that bad boy real crooked. But when I went to the bottom of the wing here, and the servo, everything lines up perfectly straight on the inside. I still will go over that with epoxy. Now on the top wing, this is the one I had a little issue with, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. As far as, sorry you're looking through plastic, guys. Should have took this out before I did this, but as far as the wing's in decent shape. There's no dents, there's no big, well, I mean, there's a couple little dents like that, you know, right there. No big deal to me. I wish it wasn't on the top of the top wing, but I'll be getting a new one of these from them anyways. This is what they're shipping out to me, just this wing here. Everything in it, you know, little couple lines and dents and stuff here, no big deal, because this has a whole decal set that actually goes over it. Now let's get to the issue here that caused the problem. Okay, all right, here. Now it doesn't look like much. Let me get the light right for you here. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, that right there, the corner of the wing, that's about a 1/2 inch wide. Okay, that was broken off, and it had to have been broken off at the factory because this bag is still sealed. And you know, if it was broken off, I would have just fixed it here, no problem, and you would have never been able to tell. But the fact is, it broke off, and they re-epoxy. They actually used epoxy, believe it or not, when I fill it through the bag. It is a hardened epoxy to glue the corner of this aileron back on. Now the only problem with that, you know, besides cosmetics, is the way they glued it on. Let me get the bag right here so you can see. If you can see the way they glued this thing on. Okay, pick this up, sorry guys. I know it's going to be really hard to see in here. You can kind of follow the line. If you follow the line, you see how it droops down. When they glued on that aileron tip, you know, either didn't get enough support, or, you know, somebody was about to get off work over there in China, and they glued it on, and it has a downward tilt on the tip, on the tip cord of the aileron, which is not, you know, that's not a good place. You want a misformed part of the wing is on the tip of the aileron on a 3D plane. So they glued it on. Not only did they glue it on in a kind of a downward angle, which I've kind of tried to straighten it a little bit, and it doesn't do it, downward angle, but it's also actually raised a little bit above. So you run your finger along it and you can kind of feel where it, I'm exaggerating obviously, but where it goes up, if you know what I mean. Just a little bit, but enough that it could cause some aerodynamic problems. So between that and then, you know, I had several little dents, but like I said, I think the decal set would cover those right over in here as well. Other than that, the kit looks to be in perfect condition. Looks like a really simple build. The paint jobs, you know, it's typical Dynam paint job. It's a pretty nice paint job actually, kind of a flat color, which I really like. I love how they left the decals off so you can put on what you want, what you don't. So let's get into the goodies here. Here's the fuselage. Okay, you have two hatches here. This hatch, after you attach the wing, will get glued back on permanently. This hatch, I'll have a little hatch slit back here. It's got some strong rare earth magnets in it to pull off, but that is battery location, all that kind of stuff. So you can get that 4-cell in there. Now on the motor, I forgot the kV off the top of my head, guys. Hopefully I've got it right here. We are running a 3720 650 kV brushless hot runner. So the reason for the low kV brushless hot runner will give you, you know, what you'd expect in the 3D performance. So the prop that came with it is a Dynam prop, but it is a 13.6, and it is a hard nylon. So, you know, obviously these will definitely need balancing, guys. But what I'm going to go ahead and throw on it is a APC 13.65. That'll cut down, you know, everybody said this thing is just vertical unlimited. Well, 0.5 is not going to make much difference on my pitch as far as performance. So, and APC props, man, they're just solid, rigid. They toe off at the end of the prop to a sharper angle rather than round and flat. So, just my preference of prop. So, fuse looks great. Good old powerhouse in it, all servos, everything in. Elevator, great condition. No complaints there at all. All these control surfaces will need worked in big time though, because they are stiff, but perfect condition. Vertical stabilizer, vertical stabilizer here. Okay, pre-hinged, wheels even pre-mounted. Goes on with 2 screws. However, I do spot epoxy mine. I keep them in a certain position. I always spot epoxy in the same position, so if I ever need to remove it, I know exactly where to slide a blade into. But yeah, wheels attached, and you've got the metal plate there, which actually goes onto the fuse for added support. Nice little foam wheel. Everything's lined up just perfect. So great stuff. Landing gear. It's got a good, nice, big set of landing gear. Has the skirts already on it. Show you another side, maybe you can see better. Skirts are already on there, guys. So that's all set up. It's basically 2 bolts on the bottom of the fuselage here. There's a little padded area right back there. You take the foam curve out and mount the gear in there, and then put the foam curve back in and glue it on top. So from box opening, you know, pretty happy with it. And the one little bitty problem, I mean, yeah, that wing could be perfectly flyable, but, you know, who knows if it could give me a lot of problems in the air. So very cool. Nitroplanes, thumbs up for sending me out a new top wing. And of course, you have your bag of goodies. And this is where it actually gets really impressive, guys. The wing joiners for the biplane, both of these are a very thick, very strong, good old carbon fiber. I mean, awesome look. Real good metal strut wires, I guess you'd call them, to they mount from the vertical stabilizer down to the elevator, top and bottom, 2 each. to keep that nice and stable. So real nice wires there with a nice spring end on it to keep it, you know, give it a little bit of play, but in an accident, but not too much. Nice black nose cone, a ton of screws for both wings, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just your general stuff, guys. But real strong gear. I like that. Good carbon fiber quality equipment. I like that. This probably is a great prop. I just really prefer to run APC, so we'll put that on there. Like I said, guys, the wing, all the inserts in the wing to connect the two, carbon fiber, connecting it once again to the other ailerons, carbon fiber. All servos ran. I mean, this will probably be a 45-minute build, so really great. Now, one thing I can't believe. I mean, this is just sad. The pilot. You guys got to see this. Okay, now this is a Dynam PEAKS. It is they call it a PEAKS because it's actually almost identical to a Pitts. But what you have to check out here, look at the pilot. Yeah, we've got a World War II fighter pilot, and I don't believe he's glued in. I think he's just floating around in there, so I'll chop him up and dig him out one way or another. I'd rather have no pilot than that in there. Yeah, World War II pilot in a Dynam PEAKS 3D Bipe 4-cell. So yeah, he's gonna have to come out, I think, guys. Unless you guys thumbs up, tell me and keep him in, I'll fly him. I don't care. But yeah, really great plane. Really good stuff. This was a pretty big order. I had quite a few things come in with it, so I'm gonna probably do a review of our fan system once I get my multimeter set up and get my bench reset back up here. I went ahead and I've had a couple of the Dynam A10s kits laying around, you know, and they've had 64mm fans in them. Well, I wanted to take them to 4S, so I went with the new Dynam 70mm EDF combo. So we're gonna I just got one of those to start out with, just because I wanted to test it and give you guys a good review on whether or not it's a good buy, bad buy, whatever. So I'm gonna test that out and then get an A10 going with the twin 70mm 4S Dynam EDF units in the Dynam A10. So that'll be a fun, fast build. So stick around. I hope you guys liked the kind of review. I'll get a little bit shorter video up with everything out of the package and probably halfway put together for the next one for you guys, and then we'll get her out and do a flight review. Hopefully this weekend or sometime coming up soon. I'll have a bunch of maidens coming up. The Corsair will be maidening, the 1400mm Stuka. Let's see, hopefully this, and then I've got a 4S J10 that's been pretty much rebuilt inside that I'll be taking out for a maiden. Couple other things, I think, too, if I get them done. That's the whole problem. So thanks for checking it out. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll get this thing thrown together. It's not going to take long, and get her out there and do a flight and see how she does. Thanks, guys.